Right.
The conversations you're having with people, it's just small talk.
Yeah.
At that time, it's just wasted space. Kind of going back to, people work jobs, and they're basically just trying to survive. So when they're surviving, they're just, every aspect of their life is dictated by the amount of money they have.
Right.
So at that point, they're not able to focus on them.
Right.
And if they're not able to focus on them, they're steering away from
Who they are.
who they are, and going towards a direction where they can better themselves based off of doing certain activities or experiences or meeting with certain people that can help them get to where they want to be, which is just be who they want to be.
Right.
Go on a path of whatever allows them to have self-expression the most. And that could be a whole host of different things and all that.
I was thinking about this last night, actually. Like, imagine how many people could cure certain cancers, or could, I'm not a vaccine fan, but create a vaccine for something that needs one, that just don't have opportunity for education, or even the right opportunity to get equipment that they would need to do it, or the atmosphere that they would need.
Yeah.
Like, if we were a society that decided that it was important that every child was fed, clothed, had a roof over their head, and got an education, imagine what could happen, what the world could be like.
Yeah.
Instead of, oh, I'm sorry, little boy, you don't have any money, it's too bad. That's exactly how it is, you know? Unless somebody stands up and said, this stuff is bullshit, we need to stop doing it like this. We're gonna kill the planet, we're gonna kill each other, we're killing each other for absolutely nothing.
Yeah. There's definitely people out there that have those ideas or ideologies as far as the betterment of Earth and human beings and such.
Yeah. I mean, the religious people, no offense to religious people, but like, you talk a good game, but what are you actually doing? Like, are you judging people based on how much money they make, or on what clothes they're in, or on what school they went to, or what function they're attending?
Mm-hmm.
These people that say they're religious and they love Christ and they love God are not godly people.
Right.
And that irritates me. When someone says that they're religious, but then they do all these things, that gets on my nerves so bad, because they're like, they're giving a bad name to something so beautiful, in my mind. Because God is love. God is love.
Yeah.
So if you're not loving, then you don't have that.
Right.
Don't say you do, because you don't, and you're giving it a bad name.
Yeah, in that case, you're contradicting yourself a lot of times if you go about that manner, saying the religion's another topic.
That's a whole nother
like, goodness.
Bradley and I talk about that for like hours.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Were you brought up religious?
What?
You were brought. Yeah.
Okay, so both sides of my family, my mom's and my dad's, are Jehovah's Witness. Have you heard of them?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Jehovah's
so we're
Witness.
ostracized from both sides of our family.
Oh, I was gonna say something about. I was thinking of Seventh-day Adventists for a second. We take.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, Jehovah's Witness is interesting though. I don't really know that much about it other than.
It's a cult.
Yeah, one of my
Oh
coworkers.
my God.
One of my coworkers, I think, is Jehovah's Witness.
Oh my God, my aunt's probably gonna watch this. I don't mean it bad. Really. Crap.
Nah, it's all good. But again, right now we're just sharing our ideas or our mindsets or perspectives based off just past experience and such. And like you have a good past experience to talk about Jehovah's Witness because you were raised Jehovah's Witness. So like it's
I don't have a good relationship with my family because of this religion. Like, no matter how you break it down, I don't have a relationship with my aunts and my uncles and my cousins because of this religion. So it frustrates me, you know. It just does.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to talk down to all its levels, you know, of the religion, because I'm sure there's some good stuff in it. But that part of it, I don't understand. Just because you don't believe what they believe, you can't talk to them.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a hard one. Again, it kind of goes back to their expectations, or like they already have these pre-built ideas of almost how you should live your life. If you don't conform to it, then they're almost like exiling you. That's happening with like a lot of religions. Like you look at Scientology. Did you ever watch like one of those documentaries?
Yeah.
Did you watch the Go and Clear one? It was more of a recent one, but it kind of had like the same thing where if people start to like question the leaders or just people involved in the religion, or just question the religion itself, then you get ostracized from your family, and you get excommunicated. That's like, it's a sad thing. Like, how would you want a family member to be excommunicated? unless they're
And
like
God is
unless they're a
love.
very
How is that
negative person
loving?
or whatever. But yeah,
If God is love,
yeah.
that's not loving to do that, especially to your own blood.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that about?
There are times though when you need to purge people from your life though. If they're really negative,
I know that
but-
well.
Yeah.
I know that really well. So I keep coming back. You're like,
Coming back, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, there's definitely a lot of energy vampires out there that you're having in your
that's
life.
what I call them too.
Yeah, you call
Holy
them
crap.
that too? Yeah.
Holy crap. I've never heard anybody else call
Really?
it that before. No, literally, like when
Yeah.
you're done talking to them, you feel like
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
Yeah,
I
you call them energy
can't
vampires, you call them
Yeah.
mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's just something that just sucks it out of you.
Because they just like want to talk negative about
Yeah.
anything and everything,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then beat it to death.
Yeah.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
just like
Absolutely.
beat the negative thing to
Yeah,
death.
yeah, because it goes back to just like you become who you associate with. So
Mm-hmm.
like, I've heard the notion like you are the 5 people you surround yourself with. You can even just say like you are who just anybody you surround yourself with. That's what you eventually become. Like the more you put yourself around positive people, you're gonna be a positive person.
Yeah.
The more times you put yourself around negative people, you're gonna be a negative person. It's like if you ever get a cold, like why'd you get a cold? Well, I was hanging around sick people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why are you negative? Well, it's because I'm hanging around a lot of times negative people. I'm just surrounding myself amongst like negative content.
Yeah. And even no matter how much of a positive person you are, trying to block that out, like almost like put a force field of bullshit, like a bullshit blocker.
Yeah.
It's
Filter.
yeah. Eventually, it gets you, no
Yeah,
matter
yeah.
how you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and you like trying to push the positive on them, and they don't want it. You know, they don't want it.
Yeah,
They almost like get mad.
Yeah, they're not receptive to receiving.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one. You can give to people, but if they're not receptive to receiving, then
You can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
yeah, that's that's a big one. That's a big one right there.
Yeah.
It's a big lesson. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so go back to I already answered my question, but the question you asked me, what are the 3 places you want to go to right now? You said Australia.
Australia.
You said, I think you didn't actually say this when we were asking the question, but then you said you want to go to Cape Town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can never remember town. Why can't I remember town?
It's like the easiest part. Yeah. Cape Town.
Third one. Oh, that's actually kind of easy. Syria.
Syria. Explain as far as why does that interest you, or why would you want to go there? What what
One
are
of
your
the
thoughts with doings there?
How do I say this? Other than Africa being the seat of humanity, so they say, Syria is like the next oldest, like antiquity. You know, I don't want to say that. There's a lot of ancient things there.
Okay. Yeah. Try to.
I like to connect to old days. I don't know why. Like I say, I'm an old soul. Like I really feel like.
It's like going really deep in your roots. It's going past like your DNA. Oh, it's still your DNA roots. You can kind of say like we're all related to each other.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if there was Adam and Eve,
Yeah. So it's
Right?
going. It's going really. Yeah. So it's going really deep into your roots.
there was only 2,
Yeah.
and now there's.
It had to be. You don't play around with the story, but like at one point, just how life kind of formed. Like it had to start with 2 people and just go from there.
Right. But then the 2 people had kids, and then what? And then what? Right?
Duplication.
Yeah.
Just continue duplication,
or what is it,
duplication.
like, immaculate duplication.
Duplication. Yeah. Wow.
Something, because then they would have had to be ancestral. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
How the hell else could it have been?
Yeah.
I thought about that not long ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to mention this to anybody because it might creep people out.
Well, it's just interesting because again, like off camera, Amanda was mentioning about this particular type of monkey. We don't know.
Bonobo.
Do we know where it lives?
No.
Bonobo or is it
Bonobo.
Bonobo? It's probably somewhere in like Asia. You think?
I'm sure, actually.
Bonobo.
Bonobo.
Bonobo. But they're interesting from what you described as far as like the only species of monkey that doesn't have a tribal society.
Mm-hmm.
They'll all just live together and they'll all have relations with each other.
Relations.
Yeah, it's interesting. So, yeah, like, what caused that? Who knows?
Yeah. Like, it's just one monkey changed the fate of all monkeys.
Yeah. Oh. Now we're kind of going like some Planet of the Apes stuff.
Yeah.
Right now. Like,
Which I want to see that movie.
what
really
was
bad.
what's the main monkey's name in Planet of the Apes? I'm trying to remember now. Like that, like took it over. Like I'm like seeing the most recent ones. I don't watch movies anymore that much.
I don't
But it was
either.
the one with it was the one with James Franco when they did it.
I have no idea.
Well,
What does it start with?
I don't know.
I don't
I
either.
just trying to remember. It's like from 2011 or something.
Yeah, I don't.
I've gone the route of having a low media diet.
Right.
Ever since like over the past like year and a half, it's been a lot less. But like really since May, I don't have any absorption of media other than just like what I put out or people
Interaction.
interact with me. I don't watch like YouTube videos. I don't watch movies. I guess it was like the first like sporting event I watched for a good considerable period of time.
What kind of commercials were they playing?
Oh, they didn't have commercials because it was HBO. It was like pay per view.
Okay.
So I love that. Like
Yeah.
as with like a lot of people, nobody likes commercials anymore. Like, it's just
Yeah. It's so subliminal. Like,
subliminal.
if you drink this beer, all the fine ladies will want you.
Yeah. Well, problem is they're not really telling. Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
really telling you a story or whatever, and it's not a good way to.
Yeah, they look fine because you drink beer. That's what happened.
Yeah. So I would like to hear more on like the car accident you had, and just kind of the recovery process, that you've been going through from that, the surgeries that have been involved, and what are things you found in your life that have helped you through the process? What are some things you're still dealing with today that are like challenging?
So that accident like changed me like a day and night person. Like the person I was before is like I don't even, sometimes I sit and think about like how I used to be and I'm like, oh my god, like I can't even believe like that I was that person. And I wasn't a bad person, that's not what I'm saying. I just think completely different now. So had the accident on April 27th, had surgery on both my knees, a surgery on my ankle where they put a plate and 10 screws in that day. I had a severe like head injury where, I don't know if you can see like the scar. Probably not.
Really? It might be the lighting a little bit.
Anyway, it's like kind of concave a little bit here from it. And they said it's called a midline shift or something, brain injury, where I lost about 10 years of memories.
Really? Do you feel like you lost 10 years of memory?
Yeah. But I like it. I know that sounds weird. But like a lot of things happened to me in that 10 years that like bits and pieces are coming back, or like people are telling me of an abusive relationship. So like people are like telling me stuff and I don't remember, and I feel like it's a gift.
It's gotta be.
I feel like it was like a gift.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to carry it around because I don't know it happened. You know.
Yeah.
So
That's gotta. Yeah, that's gotta be interesting in itself, as far as that experience where you, all of a sudden you wake up from this traumatic event, and you're going through the process, like people are actually telling you what your past life was like.
yeah.
And you're like, really?
Yeah.
Or you're like, okay, that happened. I don't know much about it.
And I almost only remember like feelings, not exactly what happened, but like I remember
Are you talking about like with the accident, or are you talking about just like previous memories?
previous memories.
Just
Like
other
I get like
stuff.
like someone be like, oh, do you remember that one time? I won't remember exactly what happened. I remember like the feeling of how I felt in the moment of that.
Gotcha.
It's so hard to describe. I don't even know how to describe it. But they know more about the moon than they do about the brain, really, and how it really works. I mean, they know the anatomy of the brain, but they don't really know like how it works, you know, like with the whole thing with the brain head injuries with the football, like they just learned about that, you know.
Yeah, they're still learning more and more
Yeah.
about it every single day. Yeah, the brain's
Weird. Now I
It's
have
weird, but
crazy
it's-
dreams.
yeah.
Like, it's my dreams are, and I can actually have a dream and leave the dream and wake up and then go straight back to the dream if I want.
Oh. Do you find yourself more like a lucid dreamer? Can you actually like, is it so detailed and you're so aware of your dream you can actually almost control your dream a little bit?
Yeah. And I can go places.
Wow. You never had that from
Before.
what you remember before, yeah. So like the part of the brain that was affecting the most during your accident was like the
This side,
front
the
part?
left side.
I can't remember what
Frontal
part.
lobe.
Yeah, I wish we had like a little diagram real quick as far as like what part